What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy Brian Mark coming at you with another episode on this channel. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about our initiative that we're doing for December, and it's called the 25 Days of Giftmas. Sit back, relax, enjoy the episode. Let's go.
Let's get started.
Okay, so first things first is Cole and I, both as owners of the gym, came from backgrounds that weren't optimal. For me, I was born and raised in a trailer park, and my mom had me when she was 17, and so when I was younger, my circumstances weren't ideal. And my mom wasn't really around very much, and so it was my grandma that ended up raising me. And my grandma was 60 years old, working minimum wage jobs and trying just to get by. And so, I heard things all the time like money doesn't grow on trees, and our family holidays were trips to the dollar store. And my clothes that I would wear to school were hand-me-downs that I would get from church. And so I understand what it feels like to struggle on a deep level. And not only that, as I got older and I started getting into partying and drinking, I ended up taking myself down a dark path. So I've got love for families in need. I've also got love for the homeless for two different reasons. So my love for families in need comes from my own family struggling for money their entire life. Right? My own family struggling for money their entire life. My family, to this day, I feel like the reason my grandma has a retirement plan is me. It's what I'm doing. I'm able to send her thousands of dollars a month because of myself. And so my family has struggled for money our whole life. And in terms of the homeless situation, I was two wrong decisions away from being homeless permanently. And when I struggled with my drug addiction, there was a point in time where I hit my rock bottom, where I was, doing drugs every single day, multiple days of the week. I would sleep for 24 hours, I'd wake up and I'd do it all again. And I feel like I was two wrong decisions away from being on the street. And so I have a lot of compassion for homeless people because I got my car repossessed, I got kicked out of my house, and if my grandma didn't let me sleep on her couch, I had already burned all the other relationships in my life, I would have been on the street. I didn't have any money, I didn't have any trust, I didn't have any relationships. My grandma was the only reason I held on by a thread, because she let me in. So in terms of the people that are homeless in Kelowna, I don't think enough people pay attention. And I don't think a lot of people are so stuck in their own perception of themselves and what their problems are of the world. And so what we want to do at Iron Energy is we want to give back. So every single day in the month of December, we're going to be giving away $200 to $400 to a family in need in Kelowna. And we're partnering with Mamas for Mamas, which is really cool. We're also getting people to submit stories to us of struggles and situations that they've been through and why they need our help. And every single day, once a day in the month of December, we're going to pick a family and we're going to give them $200 to $400 worth of clothing, food, gift cards, groceries, etc. And that's basically the initiative that we're doing for December. What's up, dog?
What's up, man? There we go.
I think we broke the couch. So when I went to Bali, I came back, I called Cole. I was like, I want to do something for Christmas for Kelowna, and he said, I want to do the same thing. And we had a little bit of, we both had the same idea, but we had a different approach.
I feel like there's too many individuals in this world that don't have anything, and people just tend to neglect them. All right, when Brian was getting back from Bali, he gave me a call, and right away I cut him off. I was like, because I thought he was going to steal my idea, because it was just weird that we were that aligned at that moment. So he told me about the 25 days or 23 days, 24 days. We were kind of playing around with it of give back. And I told him how I was talking to Julia about how I wanted to do this massive collective giveaway. And when I say that, I mean I literally was willing to drop racks on just getting as much as I possibly could. As many sweaters, as many jackets, as many blankets, as many socks, as much food as I possibly could, just so we could go downtown Kelowna and give back to everyone who is currently struggling.
I think that what you just said is so important. It's a lot of people are just stuck in their own world.
Yeah.
And they're complaining about dumb shit, but it's there's people that are in Kelowna right now that are sleeping on the streets.
Bro, we went to McDonald's the other day, right? It was actually right when Julia got out of the hospital because she wanted a McFlurry. So we're getting a little McFlurry, getting a little bit of ice cream, and when we pull over to eat it, instead of just driving home and eating ice cream, literally looking to the side, and homie's sleeping with it would look like a sleeping bag, but it wasn't. It was a fucking blanket, and then another blanket, and then he had a tarp wrapped around himself.
It's wild.
On the street, in the fucking snow in Kelowna. And a lot of individuals, like, you guys say that you have it hard. You're complaining about inflation and complaining about surface level fucking problems when there's people who are literally like freezing to death in our fucking country down the street from you. So I feel like I've just seen it for so long. Growing up in Thunder Bay, Ontario, like, I've seen extreme poverty my entire life, all the fucking time. I've dealt with growing up in a household where we reached a point where we couldn't afford to refill our well living in the country. So my brothers and I would have to bathe in 4.5 inches of water. Right, this happened multiple times. I didn't realize until later on in my life that we didn't just move multiple times when I was a child for the sake of moving. We moved because we couldn't afford our mortgages and we were getting evicted from places. There was times where we had to stockpile fucking food in our deep freezes because we couldn't afford fucking groceries on a continual basis. Now that we've reached a point of success, I want to give back and I want to bring it to light so all you guys can see it. It's time to understand that other people are struggling in this fucking world and do something about it.
That's the thing. I want to talk about do something about it because, so one of the things that we're going to start doing is we're going to document everything we're doing.
Yeah.
Every single interaction that we have where we give back, we're going to document it. And so there's some people that are like, oh, like, you're just documenting it for attention. No, we're documenting it for awareness.
Exactly.
We're documenting it because a lot of people don't think about this stuff. We're documenting it because a lot of people would like to sweep it under the rug. We're documenting it because a lot of people say that they want to help and they say that they want to give back, but then their actions speak louder than their words and they're not doing anything.
Yo, straight the fuck up. There's way too many individuals in this world that, again, get angry and I guess bash, for lack of a better term, people on the internet who record themselves giving back, whether it's a little bit of cash here or those social experiments, you've seen them on YouTube, like people giving back to the homeless, and then there's obviously the good support, and then there's always the little trolls in the background being like, you're only filming it for clout, you're only filming it for clout, and it's never made sense to me. It's never made sense to me because I don't get triggered for that. And I was thinking about this recently, and the reason why I don't get triggered for that is because I'm always already giving back, but I've been neglecting to show you guys myself giving back based off of being scared of those individuals' opinions, but no fucking more. I want to start filming everything so you understand that in Kelowna right now, people are fucking freezing to death. So if you walk in this fucking gym, all right, and you have extra clothes and you ain't putting something in the bin, I want you to think about that shit.
Here's another thing, it's like, let's not just talk about, so obviously we're giving back to Kelowna families in need, but I also, or to the homeless, but I want to talk about the Kelowna families in need because for us, like, we've gotten to a place where we're lucky and we're blessed to not have to struggle for money anymore. But my entire life, I struggled for money, my entire life. And so, like, I remember not getting Christmas presents sometimes from some members of my family because they literally couldn't afford it. And it's not that they didn't love me, they just couldn't afford it. And so we want to do something about that, and we want to be a beacon of light in times like this. Especially, like, if you're making more than enough money to pay your bills, put food on your table, etc., like, I think it's time that we really start thinking outside of ourselves and stop thinking so selfishly. Because I think that everybody's just in it for them. And, like, don't get me wrong, like, me and Cole like to become successful and we like to give ours, but we also like to give back. And we want to spread more awareness for things like this because, like, if we can, like, we're just two individuals that are just making the decision that we want to do something good for the community, and any individual can make that decision. But it's like, you actually have to take action and not talk about it, because a lot of people talk and they say that they're going to do stuff and they say that they're going to be there and they say that they want to help out. They say that they want to volunteer. What are you doing? What are you doing?
And that's what it comes down to. I feel like the narrative for the longest time on social media, in the industry, in the world, is that money is a bad thing, right? Money is the root of all evil. And when you're always focused on that, people say that that's all you care about and nothing else. But honestly, like, when I was broke, I was sad, depressed, had nothing, and couldn't help anybody. Money has now solved all the money issues for me, and now that I have an excess of it, I want to help other individuals solve that fucking problem. All right, I'm not saying that money is the root of all happiness, but if I can help a mother pay her bills, if I can help her outfit her children, feed them for another fucking week, that is a huge win to me.
Yeah,
and
love that.
This is a very, very, very big, long-winded fight, issue, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But we would like to start to try to work on that narrative. And we want to encourage you guys to do the same. It literally is as easy as going in your closet right now, All right, looking at all the clothes that you have hanging up and just bringing some to the fucking Goodwill. Or again, if you live in Kelowna, bringing them here and we put them in our bin. We'll give them away to the homeless. Or do something. You have excess food, you have excess clothes, you most likely have a little bit of change that you could spare, but your ego wrapped around their individual story or whatever doesn't allow you to. And I think we just need to be more fucking human.
Yeah, I agree. And so let's commit to taking some actions. Because we at Iron Energy, we're going to take actions. And we're putting our own money in, by the way, to help individuals with their food this Christmas, with gifts this Christmas, with blankets, with winter jackets for the homeless. So if you actually want to help out, then let's take some actions. The first action that you can take is enroll in the Get Fit, Give Back Challenge. So there's a December Fitness Challenge we're rolling. It's $49 for Iron Energy members, and all 100% of the proceeds are going towards giving back to the homeless, giving back to families in need. And like, it's not like we're not making anything from this. We're literally, all of the money that we make from this challenge is going. And so if you want to get fit and give back at the same time, enroll in the December Fitness Challenge. That's way number one. Way number two, drop off the bins. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, guys, we have 2 bins here, all right? We actually just went and picked up a Christmas tree because we're gonna be setting it up next week, putting it in the corner and putting the bins underneath. If you have any excess food, okay, I'm talking about just like a bunch of cans, whatever the you could spare, or again, clothes, old jackets, mittens, hats. You guys know we all got that shit, all right? Your mom's probably got some seasonal clothing bag in the back of the closet that she's never touched. We've all dealt with that. You've seen it in the past.
My wife
seasonal bullshit.
Oh yeah, and
right?
my wife has 2,500 shirts that she never wears.
Exactly. So grab that shit, bring it down, drop it in a bin. Again, guys, we could be helping so many families just by giving the stuff that we're most likely going to throw in the garbage anyways.
Yep.
All right, I think that we take a lot of the stuff that we currently have for granted where other individuals could really use it. So come down, help us fill these bins. My goal is to fill these bins multiple times, all right? And then again, with my own money, not utilizing the gyms, we're gonna be going to the Costco, we're gonna be going to Walmart, we're gonna be going to Superstore, and we're gonna be buying as much as we possibly can to start helping the individuals in Kelowna.
Hashtag facts. Here's the third way that you can help us. If you have families that you know need our help, DM us on Iron Energy Gym. We're gonna be looking for families, looking for opportunities to give back to the community. And so if you have an individual in your life that you know needs help, whether that's like a mom or a family or whatever it is, DM us, because in the month of December, every single day, we're either gonna drive to their house personally and hand it to them, or we're gonna call them and let them know that we've got a Christmas present for them. And I wanna spend this Christmas literally making everybody's Christmas amazing.
It's time to give back.
Yeah, I want to make everybody's Christmas amazing. And I don't just want to talk about it, I want to be about it. Like, I want to put this video out so you guys understand what we're doing, and then I want to take the actions that to back up the words that we're saying and actually show you guys that like actions speak louder than words.
Dude, 100%. Like back in the day, the most I could spare was a couple dollars here and there. I'm in a way better place now. And that is why now we are taking massive action to start this fucking wave of giving back.
Bet!